statement on a matter of national concern. And this is the frequent accidents at Kaburengu Junction in Bungoma, in Kakamega County. First and foremost, on my own behalf and that of my family and the people of Vihiga, I wish to register our condolences to the families, relatives, and friends of the 6 accident victims that occurred on Saturday, the 21st of August, 2021. Mr. Speaker, this is an accident that claimed the lives of 5 family members, Mr. Richard Osimbo, his wife, their children, his sister-in-law, their relative Nyambaka, their relative Vincent, and their driver. Mr. Speaker, losing a family member is very painful. But losing 5 family members at the same time is excruciating, to say the least. I was able to attend the burial of the 4 of the victims in Ebwali village, Luanda sub-county in Vihiga County on Saturday, the 4th September 2021. And Mr. Speaker, the sense of loss and pain was palpable. I condoled with the family and offered my contributions. It is unfortunate that a joyous activity of dowry process turned fatal. This family were traveling from Vihiga for some dowry negotiations, I believe, and they perished. They never got there. Mr. Speaker, this matter of Kaburengu Junction stretch of the Eldoret-Tarubo-Kaburengu-Webuye Highway and accidents is a matter of great concern. Since 2017, there have been 4 major accidents on this stretch of the road. Of greater concern to me is that of the 4 accidents, 2 have claimed lives of residents of Vihiga. And in both cases, it was just family members. Apart from this one that happened on the 21st August 2021, another accident, Mr. Speaker, occurred at the same spot in December 2017 and claimed 14 lives of my people. 14 at the same time. Furthermore, on the 24th of December 2020, a truck with faulty brakes hit a matatu, which in turn rammed into a roadside traders at the same spot, killing 8 people. On the other hand, a power transformer on this spot of the road has been hit 7 times since 2018. A search of the word Kaburengu, Mr. Speaker, on the internet automatically connects with accident. Just try and search Kaburengu now on the internet, and you'll just see accidents. Mr. Speaker, honestly, from the above recent happenings, there is need for urgent action to protect lives. This stretch of the road is not just a black spot, but a death trap to the road users. Certain issues demand proper interrogation. For instance, the road design, road signage, speed bumps, road reserve, bus stops, and existence of Kenya Power transformer very close to the road. Mr. Speaker, during the burial of the family members, I made a promise to the community that I would raise this matter here, and that the Senate, being the house that cares about the lives of the people in this country, we will investigate and see what the government can do to rectify the spot so that we can save lives. There are matters that can be easily corrected by the government through the Kenya National Highway Authority, KENHA, Kenya Power, and the county government. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I believe a committee of this House should conduct a proper interrogation of this stretch of the road and recommend corrective measures. As much as we are celebrating big infrastructure programs in the country, there is need to look into the safety of pedestrians and all types of vehicles. There is general concern in the country that the current roads have ignored making provisions for pedestrians, persons with disabilities, cyclists, motorbikes, bus stops, and food bridges. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you.
Senator Wetangula.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I enjoin the distinguished senator for Vihiga to decry the rampant accidents and losses of life at Kaburengu. Mr. Speaker, Kaburengu is very close to Bungoma. It is actually the last small market before you cross River Nzoia into Webuye, Bungoma. This particular stretch, Mr. Speaker, has claimed many lives, as the statement provider has said. The area, Mr. Speaker, starts from a downhill stretch at a market called Chimoi and winds dangerously down towards the valley of River Nzoia for about 5 kilometers. And what happens, Mr. Speaker, is that most truck drivers, I don't know who tells them that when they engage free gear, they save fuel. When they are on that downhill stretch, they disengage their gear and run into what is commonly called free gear. There is even signage there warning motorists against driving in free gear. But they will engage that free gear, which automatically dismembers the hydraulic system of the truck. And when they encounter an emergency, the brakes just don't work. Mr. Speaker, you remember last year, a truck hit a matatu, lost control, and plowed through helpless women traders by the roadside, killing over a dozen of them. The last one that Senator Haneri is talking about, of the family from Ebwali in Bunyore, killed a whole family. And many others have happened, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, we don't want every time there's an accident to see high-ranking national and county government officials rushing to the scene to shed crocodile tears about how dangerous the place is and how we have lost people will not replace. There must be action. The traders, it's a very busy trading center, Mr. Speaker, and because you come from the area. Why can't the government of Kakamega County build a market and get traders away from the road? That will put them out of danger. Because the women and the young people who sell tomatoes, they sell potatoes, they sell maize, they sell onions, they keep on running after vehicles. Some just get knocked down. And those single fatalities never count. We're counting the ones that are massive. But every other week, a trader is knocked down by either a speeding matatu or a truck at Kaburengu. We want to urge, Mr. Speaker, that this statement doesn't just pass through this House. I request that you recommend it to the committee in charge of roads so that they can see how to contain this black spot. Proper signage, speed control bumps, and any other measures that can be taken, including cyclist lanes, pedestrian lanes, so that we can be able to protect our people. More importantly, the county government of Kakamega, and I hope Governor Paranya is watching these proceedings, must go to Kaburengu and build a public market and get our people out of the roadside trading so that we can take them out of harm's way and danger. I also send my condolences to the family that lost their entire loved ones and all others that have died at this black spot, and urge the government that we have lost too many lives. We must bring this to an end so that the road users can be able to be controlled from their reckless behavior. Thank you.
Senator Christopher Langat.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I also stand with my friend and senator from Vihiga and condole these particular families who lost their members, the 6 of them. It is so sad, Mr. Speaker, that the people who are very healthy and going for a celebration, I hear it was a wedding, perished in a road accident at Kaburengu. It was so sad, and I want to express my saddest condolence to those particular families. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that the greatest challenge we have in our country is behaving, as I've always been saying, proactively. Once an accident or unfortunate thing has happened, that is when you can see our government taking action. Last week we were talking about the incident that is happening in Laikipia, and a day after we saw several lorries of General Service Unit headed there, and yesterday at least we could see some action having been taken place, especially when the committee, the security committee from this house went to that particular place. I want to congratulate that committee because when they went there, they saw the reality on the ground. So I want to say, Mr. Speaker, whenever we go everywhere, most of the accidents that are occurring are preventable. In fact, you can see possible accident spots wherever you drive in the highways in this country. Most of the pumps that are raised by the wananchis, wherever accidents occurs, are not marked. The road, the public works do not do anything to those particular places. The black spots, more often than not, are not marked with signs to show those particular dangers. I want to say, even in Bomet, we have experienced so many accidents as a result of roads that are not marked. You see, sometimes pumps are raised and there are nothing to indicate that there are pumps ahead, hence vehicles and motorcycles knocking them, hence contributing to a lot of accidents. So I want to say the government should bring this one to rest, and more so, I tend to think that like other countries, especially developed countries, the government always we should come up with a legislation that whenever such things happen, the government should take responsibility of ensuring those families and even giving them a lot of money to stand their family challenges. I want to say in some countries, whenever an accident occurs, and it is the responsibility of the government, therefore the burden goes to the government so that they feel it and make sure that the roads are in good condition. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say it was so sad, and I want to stand with our senator from Vihiga and condole those families, and if possible, Senator, you can organize us so that we raise something in support of those particular bereaved families. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Musurve, brief.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. First of all, to thank Senator Haniri for bringing up this statement. And I condole with the families that lost their bereaved ones in the Kaburengu accident. And Honorable Speaker, this is not the first time the issue of Kaburengu is coming on the floor of this House. Many times we have raised this issue of Kaburengu, that there is need for synergies, to be erected on the roads, Honorable Speaker, because when you're traveling that route, it is very difficult to see a bump clearly. The bumps are not so clear, the rumble strips are not so clear, and the Kaburengu junction is very central, Honorable Speaker. It is the junction that connects people going to Webuye from Lugari, Eldoret, people going also to Kakamega, Kisumu, people going also to Bungoma. So there is need for the contracting, in fact, the contracting authorities, those who have been assigned, the duty of contracting and they've been paid. There's need for them to really come up with, rumble strips that are clearly marked, bumps that are clearly marked. And Honorable Speaker, just something that is very, very serious. There are also children crossing the roads, along, that junction and all the way to, from Lugari to Eldoret, but there are not also people guiding children crossing the roads. So when they're going to school. So there's a danger of also school children also being also knocked by vehicles, Honorable Speaker, and also even business people, Honorable Speaker, who actually sell there. They're at risk of, having accidents that are not intentional, Honorable Speaker. So there's need for the government to ensure that justice is done and that rumble strips are erected there. And if there's any contractor that had received money in contracting that road, the contractor should be brought to task so that he actually ensures that synergies are there and clearly marked, Honorable Speaker. And even pedestrian walks, Honorable Speaker, need to be there. And also even for people with disabilities crossing the roads, Honorable Speaker, it is a sort of state that anyone crossing there who has a disability is likely to lose his life or is likely to be knocked, Honorable Speaker. This is something that must be corrected before it happens, Honorable Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity. I support the statement.
Finally, Senator Chila Yako.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank Senator Haniri for raising this matter that is tragic, is sad, and has wasted lives in a family. I want to condole with that family and say I am in solidarity with them and my prayers are for them. Mr. Speaker, accidents that kill people are so many, and particularly in the road that Senator George Haniri has raised. We have a similar situation in Migori along the road that is under construction by AFD. It is Kisumu-Isbania Road. Mr. Speaker, there are certain sections of this road from Rongo constituency all the way to Isbania where there are no signs along the road. There are no bumps along the road. What appear to be bumps are things that are put up there, and they are made of marram and quite high and uneven. And Mr. Speaker, there are no sidewalks for people who are walking along the road. There are no other provisions for people with disability. Accidents last month were prevalent next to Ranen Market, Komolo Rume Market, and Awendo Market, and many families lost their loved ones. Mr. Speaker, as you refer this matter to the relevant committee, I would request that that committee considers nationally, considers nationwide, finding a lasting solution from government as to what is being done about signs, about bumps, and about policing along those roads. In Migori County, we harvest and transport cane. Our tractors that haul cane do not have indicators. They do not have anything to indicate that they are tractors. So, Mr. Speaker, when you drive at night along those roads, you may overtake and just ram into a tractor and get killed. So, Mr. Speaker, it is important that the prevalent causes of accident is investigated and a solution provided to it in Bungoma and also in other parts of the nation where such accidents are prevalent. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, Senator Omanga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to direct the Committee on Road Transport to take up that matter so serious. You can take your seat, Kidogo.
Thank you, Mr.
No, I'm saying take your seat. Take your seat. I'm still communicating. I was saying the Committee on Transport should take up that matter because I happen to come from that area. And what has been raised is so serious that it needs to be investigated and remedial measures put in place to save the lives of people. So please, the committee, take up the matter. Senator Omanga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a very active member of this House, I've got so many statements, but 2 have appeared on the order paper today. My first statement, Mr. Speaker, I rise on pursuant to Standing Order number 48-1 to seek for statement from Standing Committee of National Security and Foreign Relations. In the statement, the committee should, 1, state progress made by authorities on the investigations of recent children kidnappings across the country. Then 2, outline plans put in place on protection and prevention against children violence across the country. State whether physical, moral, and counseling support has been given to the families and to the children who have been affected. Thank you. That's my first statement. Should I go on with my second statement, Mr. Speaker? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My second statement is on the alleged illegal eviction of residents living in Nairobi City County Staff Housing Units in Isili and in Pumwani. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 48-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations regarding to the illegal eviction of residents from Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Staff Quarters at Isili Section 3 and the Pumwani Maternity Staff Quarters at the Meru Road in Nairobi City County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, explain the circumstances surrounding the eviction, subdivision, and allocation of the parcels of land belonging to Nairobi City County government by a private developer. Hope, Mr. Speaker, the chair devolution is listening. Number 2, the committee should provide the current survey plans, deed plans, and title deeds of the said parcels of land. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the committee should state the plans that have been put in place by the Nairobi City County Government and the Nairobi Metropolitan Services to ensure protection of county institutions and properties from illegal acquisition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Chararge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank one of the most active members of this House, Senator Umanga, for that hard work of the 2 statements. Maybe 2 quick observations. One, Mr. Speaker, on the statement on the issue of evictions. I think, Mr. Speaker, there is a steady rise of infrastructural evictees. In the past, we used to discuss about the forest evictees and IDPs, but it is unfortunate that infrastructural evictees continue to rise, especially in Nairobi City County, among other towns. Mr. Speaker, the biggest problem that we are facing as a country is that there seems to be a miscommunication between the agencies and the county governments. The notorious agencies of Kenya Urban Roads Authority, KURA, Kenya National Highway Authority, KENA, have been the people who mostly do the evictions within the cities and because of expansion of roads and road reserve, Mr. Speaker. I think as a Committee of Roads and Transport, they should go beyond and understand what is the multi-agency between the coordination of KURA, KENA, and even National Construction Authority, NCA, Mr. Speaker. You saw yesterday in Kisumu, a building collapsed, and yet the NCA have been given authority to be the people who provide the standardization, ensure that the compliance is done. But the county government of Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, the KURA and KENA, there seems to be not proper coordination when it comes to evictions that we are seeing in the city. Mr. Speaker, the third point that I wanted to make is I thought there was a communication within government, although there could be dysfunction with this government. Let's assume that there's functional government that has been there, Mr. Speaker, has indicated that there should be no evictions within the COVID period, Mr. Speaker. You can imagine evicting these people at this point in time. Most of Kenyans, according to KNBS last year, we indicated that 1.7 million Kenyans have lost their jobs. You can imagine that these Kenyans that are supposed to be evicted, Mr. Speaker, where will they get a job? Where will they get rent, Mr. Speaker? So I think going into the future, the Roads and Transport Committee must tell us The evictions that were done in Ruai, others that were done in Kawankwara and many other places, even in Meru and many other parts of the country, Mr. Speaker, the Roads and Transport Committee must tell us what was the communication of Ministry of Health, Interior Ministry, Mr. Speaker, and also the national government regards the evictions, especially, Mr. Speaker, during this COVID pandemic. And finally, on the first statement, Mr. Speaker, just one comment, is that the issue of kidnapping of children had become rampant of late, Mr. Speaker, and it is a worry to many parents, especially in Nairobi. We have seen cases where children are being kidnapped for various reasons, but the DCI has not been able to crack. But I hope, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I saw when the issue of Laikipia came up, the Minister of Interior, the IG and DCIO just sent some secretaries within their meetings to appear before the national security. But when it comes to the National Assembly, the CS and his entire team, including the ones that are put on their uniform, normally appear before the Committee of the National Security in National Assembly. So I hope when this matter of kidnappings, Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Interior, the DCI and IG and all relevant, even the head of issues of children's services within government, Mr. Speaker, and the ministry in line must appear in person before the National Security Committee of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, so that we are not treated to the drama where, and I think, Mr. Speaker, I want to request you that you need to re-emphasize the need as to why the head of those departments might appear before the committee, because, Mr. Speaker, we cannot operate that way. When it comes to National Assembly, they appear without qualms, but when it comes to Senate, they send their secretaries and their private assistants to appear before our committees. I think you need to re-emphasize that when you indicate that somebody should appear as per the Constitution of Kenya has been provided, they must appear as the Cabinet Secretary. The Constitution is very clear. It does not say the Chief Administrative Secretary, CAS, should appear because the Constitution does not comply with that. So I was disappointed, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, that when the National Security Committee of the Senate invited the CS, they decided to send some busybodies within those ministries, Mr. Speaker. I think this one should stop. They should appear when required before this committee so that we can function. But if they think they should not appear, then it becomes contemptuous before the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Mohamud.
Mr. Speaker, let me also add my voice to the statement requested by Senator Omanga, the issue of kidnapping of children. I think this is a serious matter. It has been going on for a while. In fact, it was very rampant a month ago. But more recently, not even children, a very prominent scholar, Abdul Samad, was kidnapped by unknown people in Isli in a vehicle which had a fake number plate. Up to now, nobody knows whereabouts. From the 8th of September, Mr. Speaker, I think this country, we need our security forces to up their game so that, when things like this happen, unless they are the ones who are behind it, they should actually come out and deal with this matter very urgently, because it's very worrying that in daylight, in broad daylight, you are kidnapped by people who are driving, very luxuriously, and you are taken away and nobody knows about you since 8th September. Today is the 13th of September, and 5 days ago, this matter of kidnapping, it was children before. Now they have gone for prominent people, prominent scholar, a scholar in Horn of Africa matters. So it's missing and it's very worrying. I think this matter must be dealt with. Our security forces must up their game. I thank Madam Wanga for bringing them this statement. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's okay. Senator Irungu Kangata. Not that deferred. Senator Beatrice Kwamboka.
Mr. Speaker, I'm there.
Where?
Mr. Speaker.
Oh, okay.
Online.
Where?
Online.
Okay, Senator Kangata.
I'm ready to. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We can't see you.
Mr. Speaker, you can see me. I'm online. And my video is on. Mr. Speaker, I'm online.
We are not seeing you.
I don't know. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm reading the statement or the settings. But I'm ready to read it, Mr. Speaker.
We want to see you. Put on your camera.
A minute, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can now see you. But you are in where are you?
I'm in my office, Mr. Speaker.
No. That's not an office, Senator Kangata. I'm sorry, we can't allow that. Sorry, we can't allow that. You have to be, the rules are very clear on where you should be. So you are out of order. You are out of order, Senator.
Mr. Speaker, I apologize. Maybe you can defer it for 5 minutes. I enter the...
Yeah, when you are in an appropriate place, I will give you an opportunity. Senator, okay, Senator Beatrice Kwamboka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I raise pursuant to Standing Order 48-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the enforcement of the nationwide curfew in containment of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the statement, the committee should, number one, explain why there is discriminatory enforcement of the curfew hours in the country, in general, and within Nairobi City County. In particular, where restaurants in Nairobi West area are forced to close by 7 p.m., while the other facilities operate until 9 p.m. in Eastlands. Number two, state the challenges faced by security in enforcement of curfew hours nationwide. And number three, apprise the Senate on the actions being taken by the Ministry of Interior and coordination of national government to ensure that officers enforce the curfew and related guidelines effectively and uniformly across the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, don't see. Okay, Senator Milgo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me support the statement of Senator Kwamboka in terms of security issues when it comes to curfew time in actually capping spread of COVID-19. However, in most cases, we have had a lot of challenges, more specifically when it comes to implementing the rules of curfew time by our security forces. We've had people being beaten up. Some of them are being bundled into cars or various areas in the most ungood ways. And in this case, this ends up not actually achieving what was intended for. We have had curfews again affecting even marketing hours. It has affected sourcing for food. And we have had complaints from various quarters because of the fact that the implementation of curfew hours have not been streamlined. And we are calling upon our national government to look at how curfew is meted. Recently, for example, Mr. Speaker, the western area of our country was under curfew. And Bomet County, which was far away from that area, was made under curfew, despite the fact that we had a low number of COVID-19 cases. That one brought a lot of challenges in terms of working hours, in terms of even sourcing for food, and in terms of even schooling hours for our children. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a very important statement, and I think it is not only affecting Nairobi County, it is affecting all other areas where curfew has been set, and we are asking that this should be looked into further. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank Senator Kwamboka for bringing such a step.
Senator Stewart Mazayo.
Asante, Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, kwanza nataka kumpatia ongole dada yetu Kwamboka kwa kuleta hii taarifa. Bwana Spika, kulinganishana na vile wananchi wanaona na sisi wenyewe tunaona ni kwamba Mheshimiwa Rais aliweza kuweka mkazo ili watu ikifika wakati wa saa 3 wawe wameenda nyumbani. Lakini Bwana Spika, tunaona kwamba kuna nasema kuna shida ya kuimplement hii, kwa sababu kuna upande mwingine wafanyi biashara wa aina mbalimbali wanafunga maduka yao kama saa 2 ili saa 3 waweze kwenda nyumbani, alafu saa 4 waweze kufika majumbani kwao. Lakini tunaona ya kwamba wafanyi biashara hasa wanapata tabu katika upande wa ubaguzi. Kama ni ukweli, ukiangalia mahali kama upande wa Nairobi, Nairobi West, huku upande wa magharibi, utaona ya kwamba watu wanalazimishwa kufunga biashara zao, na kwingine watu wanaruhusiwa kuendelea. Na hii yote inaletwa kwa sababu ya uzembeaji wa kutengeza hii sheria ya kwamba ikifika saa 3 ili kila mtu anaanza kufunga biashara yake. Nikisema hivi ni kwamba pia uzembeaji huu hauko Nairobi peke yake, huko katika hata sehemu zile za pwani. Kwa upande wa Kilifi tunaona kwamba kuna maeneo mengine yanaruhusiwa mabaa kuoperate mpaka saa 3 saa ngapi, wazi kabisa mbele ya polisi wakiwa wanaona, na hali kuna biashara zingine zinasimamishwa mapema sana. Maduka ambayo watu wanaweza kujifaa kununua vitu yanafungwa na mapema ili watu waende nyumbani kutekeleza wajibu ule wa kuzuia watu wasitoke usiku. Lakini hii pia imefahamika wazi kabisa kwamba kuna watu wengine wanaruhusiwa kuendelea kufanya biashara kabla hiyo. Kwa hiyo tunasema hii sheria ya COVID ambao watu wameambiwa wazuiliwe ikifika saa 3 wawe wameenda, iwe inafanywa kisawasawa, ili biashara zote ikiwa itafunga saa 3 wafunge saa 3, sio wengine wanafunga saa 1 na wengine wanafunga saa 3. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Senator Imana Malaki.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also wanted to support this statement by Honorable Kwamboka. COVID-19 is here with us, and it's out there throughout the world. And it's really affecting our country by the fact that business is closed, as Honorable Matsayo just said. And so many people are forced to go home. In the process, it's actually affecting the economy of our country. Now, this is a disease, in my view, that I really do not think we are going to eliminate it. So when you're faced with a problem like this, I think we need to think about how we can work with COVID-19, just accept it as a normal way of life now, is the new normal, and see how we can deal with it while living our usual lives, running our businesses as usual, but taking care to stay healthy. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, I've traveled a number of times on our main roads, maybe coming from Lodwar to come to Nairobi or going from here to go to Lodwar, and the traffic on the roads is just as usual. So question becomes, if people are being controlled to control the spread of COVID-19, who are those people on the roads at wee hours of the night or even at about 11, 12, who are the people on the road? And those same people are the ones that are probably getting through by giving some little money to those who are supposed to stop people traveling. And so they travel and spread the disease. So then it doesn't make sense to say, oh, you close your bars at this time and go home. Because there are still others who are traveling and spreading disease in the process. So that somehow brings a dilemma. Should we close all the roads at a certain time and only leave it for ambulances and essential services? Or should we just go with what I say? Let's live our normal lives while taking care that we don't get sick. Let's get things go so that we manage this disease by living our lives normally, but taking care that we not get sick. So, Honorable Speaker, I support this statement and hope that something progressive will come out of it. Thank you very much.
Senator Mwenye Haji.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii kuunga mkono taarifa ambayo imeletwa bungeni na Seneta Kwamboka. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza hivi majuzi mahakama ilitangaza kwamba zile kanuni za curfew ni haramu na hazifai kutekelezwa, na nafikiri amri hiyo ilitolewa na High Court hapa Nairobi, na nafikiri kuendelea kutumika kwa kanuni hizo za curfew, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kinyume na sheria na ni kinyume na amri ya mahakama. Jambo la pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kuwa hizi kanuni za curfew ambazo zinatangazwa mara kwa mara ni lazima ziletwe bungeni ili ziweze kuangaliwa, kuchunguzwa na kuweza kupasishwa kama inavyosema ile Statutory Instruments Act ya 2013. Mheshimiwa Spika, nafikiri kutoka mwaka jana tulipomaliza na kamati ya COVID maalum, mpaka sasa sijaona regulations zozote ambazo zimeletwa hapa bungeni kuhusiana na mambo ya curfew ama kuhusiana na jambo lolote linahusiana na mwelekeo wa mambo ya COVID katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Mheshimiwa Spika, kama mwenyekiti wa kamati ya delegated legislation, hatujaletewa kanuni zozote. Kwa hivyo hizi kanuni ambazo zinatumika kwa sasa, Mheshimiwa Spika, ziko kinyume na sheria na haifai bunge kunyamazia jambo kama hilo. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Wetangula.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also support this statement in calling upon the agencies of state to have an even approach in handling the issues of COVID restrictions. Mr. Speaker, last week I had the Inspector General directing removal of roadblocks that had become toll stations every time COVID restrictions are being enforced at the curfew time. But more importantly, Mr. Speaker, is the effects, the shock effects on small businesses. Mr. Speaker, we have been told that COVID-19 is a new normal. If it's a new normal, then we must go back to normalizing as many sectors of our economy and social life as we possibly can. One, by mass testing of Kenyans. Two, by mass vaccination of those eligible for vaccinations. If you look at countries, Mr. Speaker, like Israel, they are giving third-round injections or vaccinations to the entire population. America has vaccinated almost two-thirds of the population. Here we are still lagging behind. We understand that the government is receiving a lot of donations and acquisitions of vaccines. But we need extraordinary measures, Mr. Speaker. The luxury of saying you get vaccinated if you agree. We have had cases, Mr. Speaker, previously where a sect called a Corino, who constantly refused to go to hospital, used even to be prosecuted whenever they kept their sick in the houses instead of taking them to hospital. If it is government policy that all eligible vaccinees as citizens of Kenya must be vaccinated, then you cannot speak from both sides of your mouth and say vaccinations are important, must be done, but vaccinations will be voluntary. If this disease is so dangerous that we are vaccinating the whole world, then we cannot have the luxury of telling any Kenyan eligible to be vaccinated that is voluntary. Because the moment we say it's voluntary, we'll have people who will be constantly spreading this virus to others and causing untold death, untold harm, and slowing down our economy. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge the government that whenever you have this kind of situation of restrictions, and Senator Mwenye Haji is right in citing the law, that whenever you want to have restrictions of movements of Kenyans, Parliament has the ultimate say. That's why I said last week, Mr. Speaker, when members were calling for KDF to be sent to Laikipia, I said you can't do that unless you have got an express authority from Parliament, because our military cannot be used for internal order, it is for protecting our territory. Mr. Speaker, as we continue battling with COVID-19, the government must realize that there are so many small businesses that have collapsed. And in fact, it's not just small businesses. I saw on TV last night, Mr. Speaker, a count of 5 4-star hotels that have closed down in Nairobi. They were close to 5 big hotels, Intercon next to Parliament, Radisson Blue, Norfolk, a very iconic hotel in Nairobi, and many others. All this is because of COVID-19. How do we, Mr. Speaker, take measures to reopen the economy? The Minister for Health and the multi-sectoral and multi-agency groups that have been put together must now be designing to tell Kenyans the little do's and don'ts that will normalize life so that the matatu industry does not collapse, the small eateries that employ young single parents does not collapse, the transportation industry taking food to markets does not collapse. We want to run a 24-hour economy so that our economy can be able to sustain our needs as a nation. I support the statement, Mr. Speaker, and I urge the police that in enforcing these restrictions, be fair, be just, and be open. We can't have situations where some places, as soon as it hits 8, the police are knocking. In other places, we've been told of places in certain privileged parts of this city that are open 24 hours. So this uniform application of the law doesn't augur well for a good society. Thank you.
Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to commend Senator Kwamboka for bringing this timely. Mr. Speaker, I thought the Health Committee, last time we had a discussion and I saw the chair, should have been updating the House on the issues of status of COVID pandemic in the country, just like the Council of Governors have been doing, because we do the oversight, so that they can be telling us the status, because we agree, and I agree with colleagues, that in modern countries, they are now administering the booster